Have a wonderful Christmas.
Three, four. I hear myself now. Mic check 1 2 3 4 5. Mic check 1 2 3 4 5. Testing, testing. 1 2 3 4 5.
Certainly looking to see if this is related to the incident an hour and a half ago, and it certainly may be.
This is an ongoing issue. We have too many illegal guns on the streets.
See in there?
Live from our downtown studios, this is Good Morning Providence.
Head out west. We have an area low pressure forming on the lee side of the Rockies that will bring widespread snow into Utah and western Colorado. And then that system will shift on off to the north and east, bringing widespread snow into the northern plains. We could see poor visibility as well as drifting snow, making travel a bit dangerous. The system will move into Minneapolis by Saturday morning. But the big storm system we're talking about will be over the weekend. We've got a major storm developing across the south that will bring blizzard-like conditions into New Mexico, even into the Texas Panhandle. We could see upwards of 10 inches of snow in El Paso as well. We're also looking at heavy rain in East Texas and severe weather possible in the lower Mississippi. So heading back home for the holidays could be a bit dangerous. Back to you, Candace and Marcy.
All right, our thanks to Cam there. Now to some breaking news coming in from Africa, where more than 100 people have died in a gas explosion. The disaster unfolding when a tanker truck ignited an inferno at a gas plant in Nigeria. Hundreds of people were lined up to refill their cooking gas cylinders in time for Christmas. Witnesses described a horrible scene with many of the victims burned beyond recognition.
And from the Vatican, the Pope sending a somber message during his Christmas Eve Mass.
Noting the simplicity of Jesus Christ's birth, Pope Francis condemned what he calls society's intoxication with consumerism, pleasure, abundance, and wealth. He said Jesus calls on Christians to act in a way that is a little bit more simple, balanced, consistent, and capable of seeing and doing what is essential. Today, the Pope delivers his traditional Christmas message and blessing He'll do that in 50 languages. And there are fewer pilgrims than usual in the Holy Land this year, put off by a surge of violence between Israelis and Palestinians. But Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas joined Christian faithful in Bethlehem for midnight mass. Bethlehem has been at the center of the violence, but yesterday was quiet.
In North Carolina, chaos at a mall after gunfire erupted between two groups of feuding teenagers. Police in Charlotte say an off-duty officer shot and killed one of the gunmen. Panicked shoppers scrambled for cover as at least 10 shots rang out. The officer was placed on administrative leave until an investigation is complete.
And there were Black Lives Matter protests across the U.S. on Christmas Eve, including in Chicago. Investigators released recordings of Chicago police radio calls from the night teenager Laquan McDonald was shot and killed. The radio traffic shows only 5 minutes passed between a request for a taser and when Officer Jason Van Dyke opened fire.
Fired by the police. It's fired by the police. You guys okay? Everything's fine. Roll ambulance over here.
Well, the protest about shooting about 100 demonstrators marched along Chicago's busiest shopping district, but this protest appeared to have less impact on merchants and a bigger one held on Black Friday. The Obama administration is getting ready to launch a new salvo in the polarizing debate over illegal immigration.
The Department of Homeland Security is set to deport thousands of Central American immigrants living here illegally. ABC's Pierre Thomas has the latest.
They came over the southern border by the thousands, children and families, in some cases fleeing violence and persecution in Central America. Many must be.
Live from our downtown studios, this is Good Morning Providence.
Things in Providence happening within minutes of each other send 3 people to the hospital. Donations are pouring in for the little boy killed in a fire in Westport. And the Aaron Hernandez double murder trial has been postponed. Good morning and thank you so much for joining us. I'm Bianca Buono. Mike and Doreen have the day off. It's of course Friday, December 25th, so Merry Christmas. Let's get right over to Chelsea with a quick look at today's weather. Chelsea, good morning.
Good morning, Bianca. Good morning to all of you and Merry Christmas to all of you. We are off to another really warm start to the day. Our temperatures across the area in the low to mid 50s. Remember, our average high for this time of year, 40 degrees. So we are obviously well above that to start the day. We're dealing with partly cloudy conditions outside this morning, some spotty showers down along the coastline, but staying dry for the most of us. But we are dealing with a lot of dense fog still. We're seeing visibility less than a mile for Newport, Block Island, New Bedford, the Vineyard, and that will continue through this morning. A dense fog advisory remains in effect until 9 a.m. for almost all of us across southern New England. Here's a look at our forecast for today. We're waking up to some of those mild conditions, some fog still at 7 a.m. At noontime, we're already into the low 60s. Our record high for today is 63 degrees. And we have the potential for beating that again. We did it yesterday. We could meet it, if not beat it, later this afternoon in a mild night ahead. We have some ups and downs in the 7-day, though. I'll have a look at your full forecast in just a minute. Bianca?
Chelsea, thank you. We'll have much more right after the break.